up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. I just realized my headset's like not even on. Today is my personal favorite matches in 2025. So I would say, right when SummerSlam hits is where we get the second half of WWE. Or I would say, actually, you know what? There's like three halves. I say this all the time. There's like three parts of a story. The first part's the story to WrestleMania. And you have anywhere from January to April. After April is the second part of a story where you have all these different storylines leading up to SummerSlam. And then the third part is, I would say, the most boring part because there's not a big event upcoming to Royal Rumble. And it is everything leading up to Survivor Series. We are now in that third part of things where there's going to be a lot of PLE still that we have to come. But today we're talking about personal favorite matches, and we're going to talk about, originally I was going to say not SummerSlam, but I feel like since I did this video after SummerSlam, I have to include SummerSlam. So we're going top 10 matches, my top 10 matches, and I need to say that because it's personal. So like, for example, your top 10 will be maybe completely different from my top 10. Maybe for some reason you have Roxanne versus Io Sky in the most recent Raw. Maybe you have... I'm trying to think of the most random match I can think of right now that happened on Raw. Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez. Maybe it's Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa in a non-US title match where Sami Zayn beats Solo Sikoa. There's some random matches you can throw out there. Maybe those are the matches that you like, but for me, I have 10 matches on here that I personally think are my favorite 10 matches. Now, there is some contenders, like I would say maybe Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, the Royal Rumble. There was another one that I really wanted to put on here, but I chose not to. I'm trying to remember. Was it the tag team match? It might have been the tag team match from SummerSlam. But we're going to go 10 through 1, and I'm going to kind of give some reasons why. And I do have to say, like, story arcs. It's not just it's just not the matches in general. It's because of storylines as well. So that's crazy that I can do that button and it can fully just delete the presentation. So anyways, number 10, SummerSlam Night 1, Gunther versus CM Punk. Now, I'm not counting the cash-in, but I will say it's kind of helping with it in maybe my mind, in the back of my mind. This is my 10th best match, personally. Well, you could probably tell. I really like Gunther. Wait. Hold up. Oh my God, wait, actually, let me go. Yeah, Gunther. And I wish I could move my camera. I could probably. I don't want you to see everything on this side, though. There's a CM Punk poster here. Let's see some other wrestlers I have. Naomi, Trick Williams, Julia. Those four. So you see, CM Punk's one of my favorites. But not like favorite. Go check out that video to know actually who is. Oh, good transition. I would say this was a match that I think a lot of people thought could be a WrestleMania match. I know WWE, for example, definitely thought it could be. I just like the technique in the actual wrestling. Now, it is, I have to say, only certain people like it. And I think I've seen a lot of people say that, especially online. That only certain people will like that type of match because it's slow building, it's more technical, it's more hard hitting. It's a certain type of wrestling that some people might not like. I personally really like it, and I like that underdog story of CM Punk. We've seen it with Sami Zayn with Gunther. That's like when I was watching this match, the whole time I'm thinking Punk's gonna win because they're doing the Sami versus Gunther thing where Gunther's dominant and he looks like an insane force. He loses because of one little move. And then all of a sudden, he lost. But it's not like, it's kind of like a protected loss because he dominated the whole time. So, CM Punk beating Gunther was immaculate. I thought it was a hard-hitting match, and it was a match that was very technical that I personally liked. At number 9, we have Worlds Collide, El Hijo del Vikingo. I always mess that up. Vikingo. Del Vikingo. I think I've heard Corey Graves used to say Vikingo, but I feel like I've heard Vikingo before. Versus Chad Gable. Anyways, this was an amazing match. I had this way higher, but because of recent matches, because of rethinking, way lower on this list. it was just another hard-hitting match with insane spots, insane athleticism spots. I think about the Chad Gable flip. I think about the table spots. I think about the side hits. This was an amazing match, and I really do believe they can. I mean, it's Chad Gable at the end of the day, and I know Vikingo's been getting some big hate online because of WWE pushing him so hard, because of Alberto Del Rio stuff, because of him being, it feels like the puppet in the everything for Underground. Like, for example, I feel like WWE throws him into your throat, stuffs you into his throat. That's what we're also looking for. Still weird that I'm making that analogy, but stuffs you down in your throat and tries to make him seem like he is one of the top stars, when in general, you know, a lot of people don't believe that. It's like the Roman Reigns big dog push, or some people want to say Damian Priest's push. Now, I don't think it's Damian Priest's push as bad. I think it's I don't think it's as Damian Priest's push was as bad. I think it's really more like the Roman Reigns big dog, for example. I do believe he's very talented. This match really showed it. And this is an ultimate match that both of these guys are uber, and I mean uber great athletes with insane spots. I mean, even in the Triple Mania match, you could tell he was very, very talented. But people decide to hate him, even though I think you shouldn't hate him. You should hate maybe the booking decisions. At number 8, we have SmackDown. Now, this is the only SmackDown match, and it's only fair, and I think it makes sense that most PLE matches are better than TV matches. But this one should have been a WrestleMania match. It was destructive. It was killer. It was great. You probably noticed that there's not another TLC match on here yet. You'll see. That's a big hint. But I do need to say that I think there's a great argument that this match was better than the SummerSlam match. I don't believe so, truthfully. But this match was insane. For a SmackDown match, there was great spots. There was great jumping. I kind of want to rewatch all of these matches I have on here, because off the top of my head, there's some stuff that I know I'm missing that I'm greatly wanting to talk about. But for example, for this match, there's been so much content we've watched that recently that gives me more. For like example, the Gunther and Punk match, I could go off and explain so much about it. This match was great. There was insane spots. I think about some of the saves that he had. I think about some of the spots, and it was just a perfect TLC match. Up next, we have the other TLC match, which I think I'm putting lower than what others think, because I like personally other matches. Like when I go rewatch these matches, I think they're insane. And maybe it's because I think some more story elements with the others, maybe, compared to this one. But still great, nevertheless. I am shocked Wyatt 6 didn't lose this, because I thought it was a great way to put down the Wyatt 6 and to, you know, let them try to go back for it. But they're obviously setting up for like a boogeyman thing. This match was insane, though. And it goes past the wrestlers, women involved like Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae with one of the best spots in there, B-Fab. Then you had some insane spots with all 4 people going through the tables. I mean, again, a train wreck that was great. And I think there's no better way to explain this more than just saying train wreck that was with the most insane type of spots you could have. I think, truthfully, it is insane. And I really do mean insane that we had this many people going through tables, destroying each other, and obviously injuring each other. At number 6, we have Evolution. Now, I am going to count the cash in for this one because it is part of the match. It is part of the match. I need to say that because Naomi getting into the match that's going on, making a triple threat, makes sense to count this as a match compared to CM Punk's one. I think Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are lovers in the ring when it comes down to wrestling styles and how they wrestle. I just saw Devon Achan is injured. That's not great. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, though, insane. I love the spots where they took out the refs so they can go into the crowd and have like almost, it feels like a no DQ match. I really love this. I thought it made 100% sense. And I think, again, it's kind of, not heist of the century vibes, but we all liked this match, and we all were happy that we were getting Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley because we knew it was a banger. Okay, that we knew that. But when it came down to the actual sense of championship, we kind of didn't want Rhea Ripley to win, and we wanted Io Sky to retain, but we didn't think it was going to happen, truthfully, because we thought, oh, they keep hinting Rhea Ripley's going to win against Io Sky one day. It makes sense that Io Sky wouldn't beat her clean in a one-on-one. There's no one to beat her, and there was no defenses for Io Sky since WrestleMania. So to be honest with you, it made a ton of sense that they were going to give it to Rhea Ripley. And I say heist of the century-esque because when we look back with Brock and Roman, we didn't want Roman to win. A lot of people did not like Roman winning. And Brock Lesnar, they didn't want to have the championship. He didn't need the championship at that point. And so with Seth Rollins cashing in, it changed the dynamics, and it was such a great decision. With this, Naomi's cash-in, my God, it was fantastic and perfect. You add her to the Raw scene, and to me, made a ton of sense. Now, I am recording this before she puts out her announcement for the title. I would kind of be shocked if they say ultimately, she's fine. I have a feeling they might vacate this title, and if they do vacate this title, it's sad that she didn't get as good of a reign, but if it's for personal reasons, I hope everything's the best, and I congratulate her if it's like rumors say. But I really do believe that it really was a great reset for the Raw Women's Division, because it was just Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, just there. That's really what it felt like. And then Stephanie Vaquer was the new toy that no one's been using. So I really liked this match. It was fantastic, and I think easily one of the top matches, and I think it'll stay in this top 8 throughout the whole year. Up next, Stand and Deliver. Now we do have an NXT match on here. Obafemi versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams was fantastic. I have rewatched this match 3 times. Not recently, but when the match first came out. I just think that it was perfect styles, where I think you have the hard-hitting, the really big threat in Obafemi, the big body, with Javon Evans being the big high flyer. Trick Williams was pulling out of his bags, trying to be a high flyer, still also hitting big body shots. It was fantastic. It really showed the 3, in my opinion, the top guys in NXT, where I think Obafemi is the current. Trick Williams was, I would say, the past, but he was still somewhat the current, which ultimately I thought he would go to the main roster after this. Didn't. He went to Trick TNA, I guess. I was going to say Trick TNA. And then Javon Evans is the future. So I love this match. I thought these 3 delivered an amazing triple threat. And it really was a no DQ match, but there wasn't anything there. It was just pure wrestling. And the thing with triple threats that make it better too is not when there's one-on-ones in the arena. It's when all of these 3 guys are going against each other using 3 different moves, and that's what they did. And it was, I really do mean this, perfect. Up next at number 4 is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes street fight. I do believe that this was the perfect way to send John Cena out when it comes down to his championship reign. You had the salute. You had John Cena look like Super Cena once again, and I do believe that this is one of, if not John Cena's, one of his perfect matches he's had in WWE. It is a classic. It is a match that we should go back and watch. Cody Rhodes had a great match. John Cena had a fantastic match at being in his retirement tour, which is crazy to say. I really do believe, even in the time I was expecting booking decisions where it'd be Cena turning or Cody turning heel, The Rock coming out, whatever. In the moment, I was feeling like that was going to happen, but especially now after it didn't need that. And I think it's very great seeing that Cena did not need that to happen to have a good match, and Cena versus Cody Rhodes was a fantastic match. Up next at number 3, and I don't see a lot of people putting this in their top matches, but this is one of my top matches, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Now, I do have to say Kevin Owens is, I would consider my 11th favorite wrestler right now. I want to put him higher, truthfully. Sammy versus Kevin Owens was fantastic. I think it showed, and really, I need to say this. If this is Kevin Owens' last match in WWE because of the neck issues, him versus Sami Zayn in a wonderful match like this is intense and crazy. And I really do believe this is a top 3 match of 2025. The spots they did, the insane, barbed wire hits. This was another just they hated each other. They hated each other, and the storyline with it worked out so well. I think the finish was perfect too. To me, it really did feel like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn created magic, and it is a top 3 match in WWE for sure for me. I think this will stay like this for a long time because to me, it was just a hateful match, and they proved it every second of the way. Up next is Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. This is another one that I think is going to go down as one of the best, or maybe the best women's match ever at WrestleMania. I think these three had a fantastic match where they all went against each other. There was a storyline element that was going through it. Io Sky retaining too. I really do believe that the wrestling moves that they both had, the certain elements of the storyline they were still playing in there, people doubting Io Sky, and then Io Sky coming out on top was fantastic. But it was just great spots, all three going against each other, and all perfect. Now, my number one, I would say maybe others wouldn't put it number one. I personally am still having this as my number one, and that is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I think maybe the aspect of the championship not being involved, where you don't really know who for sure will win, it helps this match a little bit more. Oh, my nose. But just storyline wise, this is a whole combination of storylines, from all the way to the Shield breakup, all the way to CM Punk returning, and combining them all into one WrestleMania main event. I'm about to sneeze, and I'm trying not to so hard right now. I think we're good. CM Punk, of course, hating Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns hate each other. Roman and CM Punk not having tension over Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman turning on both of them for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins going over on the night. Shocking. All shocking moves. They all three were going against each other. There was times where it was one-on-ones, but most of the time it was all three going against each other. I vividly remember where they all three did their finishers on each other. They're all laying down. It was just a shock to a night at WrestleMania where you didn't know what's next, and it was a full reset of the future with Roman Reigns, with CM Punk. You didn't know what was happening. And I just think in the in-ring portion of it, the storyline portion of it, just everything leading up to it, this was the best match of 2025 in my opinion, because it has the storyline-wise and the wrestling-wise moves to make it such a fantastic match. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.